We'll talk about Matt Araiza here in a second. We'll talk about him because we don't necessarily need to talk about him, but we need to just talk about it. You'll see what I mean in a second. Welcome to another edition of Darrell's Reaction. I'm Darren Watts. So on it again. Now, when Darrell first started doing this, his goal was to keep it sports related. And although this is sports related, it goes deeper than sports. Sometimes we must go inside the professional players' heads and understand what could cause these issues. There may be an explanation, or there may be none. There may be none at all. We can look at players accused of all kinds of things in past history. According to 358.com, the NFL's top ranking arrest came from domestic violence at 55%. This number indefinitely went up because this statistic is just from 2014. You think about guys like Randy Moss, Chad Ochocinco, Jim Brown, O.J. Simpson, Des Bryant, Ray Rice, Kevin Williams, Randy Starks, Joe Van Bettler, Warren Sapp, San Antonio Holmes, Brandon Marshall, and many more. These are just NFL players. There are MLB players, IndyCar racers, NBA players, tennis players, NASCAR racers, and many professional athletes who are accused of something at one point in time. Other statistics that NFL players' arrest rate came from was gun-related non-violent arrests at 45%, sex offenses at 38%, murder at 27%, DUI at 27%, prostitution at 20%, disorderly conduct at 18%, assault slash non-domestic arrests at 16%, drug-related offenses at 8%, burglary at just 2%, and fraud just at 1%. Now, it's alarming that domestic violence is high at 55% after 2014. It's upsetting to see these statistics and what goes on in players' minds as they make a ton of money and then think they are untouchable. They should be held accountable if it can be proven beyond a reasonable doubt that they committed these offenses. But until then, they are proven innocent until proven guilty. With that in mind, let's talk about Matt Araiza. Now, before we get started, what I'm about to go to share is graphic in language. Use discretion as advised. Thank you. Now, just a second ago, I said that the accused are innocent until proven guilty. In this case, Matt Araiza is accused of raping a teenager at a college party in a civil lawsuit. The Buffalo Bills released him for this accusation. The announcement came from team general manager Brandon Beane and head coach Sean McDermott. Beane said, quote, Araiza needs to focus on the accusation that this behavior alleged would make a player a no-go for us if this is true, end quote. And there's that word again, true. Innocent until proven guilty. The suit filed on Thursday details the accuser's story of meeting Araiza at an off-campus Halloween party on October 17, 2021, playing for San Diego State when this allegedly happened. Araiza denies the accusation of rape and other facets of the lawsuit. Now, when we say when we have to get into an NFL player's head, when we have to, kind of talk about it, not necessarily Matt Araiza, but talk about it. This is what I mean. We have to talk about it. Araiza said in the press conference Friday evening, shared on Twitter by NFL Networks and Rappaport on the 26th of August, quote, the facts of this incident are not what they are portrayed in the lawsuit or in the press. I look forward to quickly setting the record straight, end quote. Now, that's his goal. That's fine. He could do that. That's what he's supposed to do. Meanwhile, we have a side that we need to do. I will get to that in a second. The details allege that Araiza gave then a 17-year-old girl an alcoholic beverage, asked her for oral sex, and had sex with her in a side yard before taking her to a bedroom where he and two other men are alleged to have gang raped her. Araiza was 21 at the time when this happened. She reported this to the authorities and underwent a rape examination. The school said that San Diego police requested that Parsons initiate its own Title IX investigation to allow the detectives necessary leeway. Eventually, on July 22nd, police said that it was free to pursue its own investigation after sending in the results of its investigation without making any arrests to the local district attorney, which said that the matter was still under review. Again, this is just all allegedly, and he's, of course, innocent. But there are some things to think about. That's somebody's thought. And for anybody that was proven at one point in time to believe that gang rape or any type of non-consensual sex is okay, shows their disrespect towards women. At this point, this is bigger than football. Okay? Sometimes you must sit down and realize that the people you root for have demons. Now, let's be clear. Ain't nobody perfect, but every NFL player or every athlete knows that they're under a microscope when it comes down to off the field events or just around the world, period. You are a role model, right, if you want to be a nut, because people look up to you. Young kids look up to you. So you're a role model, right, if you want to be it or not. Thank you, Rick. And at this point, the information we all have is limited. So I can only say so much. But again, as I was talking about earlier when we said we need to talk about it, this is it. It needs to be brought up because this is a serious allegation. This is not a time to judge, but it is a time that we should sit down with our daughters, our granddaughters, our stepdaughters, our nieces, and female cousins, and female friends about the safety of going to college parties or bars or being aware of our surroundings. You buy your own drink and you keep it close to you. If you decide to let a man buy you a drink, you make sure you are aware and you get that glass yourself. Don't give him a moment alone with your drink. You hear me? Don't give him that moment alone with your drink. Drink responsibly and make sure you have a ride home with someone you trust and dress respectfully. To get respect, you must respect and love yourself. Otherwise, men will just look at you as an opportunity and not a woman. Be wise in your decisions when going out to these parties. These are the conversations that we should be having now while all of this is being sorted out. And not being funny, I've even heard people say that parents have this communication where they have a code word when they call, that they're in danger and they need help, they need to be picked up or whatever. That automatically let them know, oh, we got to get out here. This is serious. You know what I'm saying? So having code words is extremely important. That's a piece of wisdom to pick up for your daughter, your granddaughter, whatever female friend you may have, cousins, whatever you may have. These are good tips to have. Now, Michigan University published an article about hosting parties and or attending these parties and some safety tips for parties. I have the website for Darrell to put out in the description of this video. But before I go real quickly into this, just be mindful that this is Michigan and this is not all around the world. And you could take some of these advices and use it for your own state, but check with your local laws for a lot of these things. Before the event, be considerate of your neighbors. Talk to them before your event and agree on how to communicate if an issue comes up. Provide food and non-alcoholic beverages for your guests. Lock doors to private areas in your home, such as your bedrooms, not yours, but such as bedrooms or basements, and secure valuables in a safe place. Have sober hosts monitor the party and deal with any possible incidents. Be aware of the risks associated with parties and know your rights as a host. Now, during the event, make sure that those under 21 are not drinking. It is illegal to serve alcohol to anyone underage, and hosts can be held responsible for injuries that an intoxicated person causes or incur at or after leaving a party, and that's a law all the way around. This next tip is Michigan ordeal, so check with your local college for this rule. Encourage everyone to stay in the blue. That's some kind of stay in the blue for Michigan University. Control the crowd level. Ann Arbor City Codes prohibits loud noise that disturbs others between 10 p.m. and 7 a.m., and you may be fined for a noise violation. Now, again, check with your local laws for loud noise and the laws behind that. Control the size of your event and be polite to the police. Leave your drinks behind when you leave a party. Open alcohol on public properties such as sidewalks or streets is illegal. And I believe that, again, that is all the way around. Keep guests off of balconies and rooftops if you have them. Well, of course, you're going to have rooftops, but balconies, so to speak. Discourage excessive use of alcohol, such as competitive drinking games and high alcohol content mixed drinks like jungle juice or trash cans. If you notice someone losing control, stop serving them alcohol and offer them food or a non-alcoholic beverage. Food kind of soaks up the beer. Certain foods anyway does. I just don't remember what. I know potatoes does, but I don't remember what else does. Use bathrooms, not bushes. Use trash can containers and not the ground. And after the event, if a guest has been drinking and wants to drive home, call a cab or let them sleep at your house. Do not allow people to drink and drive. This will probably be mostly pertaining to people that you may know or that you feel comfortable with. As a strangers, make an arrangement for that. Leave the car there, come get it when you're sober. It'll be here. I'll make sure the keys are put up, whatever. That's up to your discretion. Clean up your yard and the surrounding areas immediately following the party. Under Ann Arbor City Codes, individuals may be fined if their property is not kept free from litter. Again, check your local laws about that. Penalties for party-related law violations can include fine, probation, driver license restrictions, criminal convictions, or even imprisonment. And there's a list of laws or policies and ordinances related to alcohol and other drugs. Check your state's government websites for alcohol and other related drugs, laws of policies and ordinances in your state. These are the conversations that we should be having. If you have someone going off to college, have these conversations. They are there for an education. These parties result in someone being hurt and scarred mentally for the rest of their lives because of someone else's actions. Stay educated. That is it for Darrell's reaction. I'm Darren. Thank you for watching. Darrell will be back on next week as he will continue his reactions towards sports news or different related sporting issues that may break during the week. Meanwhile, check out our YouTube channel for more videos of Darrell's reactions under the Double Take Sports Talk page. I believe we have a playlist created for Darrell's reactions all the way around back towards last year. Check it out. Thank you for watching. We'll catch you next week.